Deep beneath the golden sands of Egypt lies a world that has fascinated and terrified humanity for thousands of years. A land of towering pyramids, forgotten temples, and tombs carved into the heart of the earth. But within these tombs, beyond the treasures and hieroglyphs, lies something far darker. A whisper of curses that claim to strike down all who dare to disturb the eternal rest of the pharaohs. Pause. Are these merely myths born of superstition, or is there truth to the legends of the cursed tombs of Egypt? Tonight, we journey into the shadows of history, where fact and legend blur, and where the dead may still guard their secrets. The story begins in the Valley of the Kings, an ancient burial ground hidden in the desert cliffs near Luxor. Here, Egypt's most powerful rulers were entombed, sealed away with unimaginable riches and elaborate spells to guide them into the afterlife. For centuries, these tombs remained hidden, their secrets untouched. But when explorers and archaeologists of the modern world began prying open these ancient doors, something unsettling began to unfold. Strange accidents, mysterious illnesses, and deaths that seemed too coincidental to ignore. The most infamous of these tales surrounds the tomb of Tutankhamun, the boy king whose name became forever linked with the concept of a curse. In 1922, British archaeologist Howard Carter and his team made the discovery of a lifetime. After years of searching, they uncovered the nearly intact tomb of King Tut, filled with treasures beyond imagination. The world erupted in excitement, newspapers calling it the greatest archaeological find of all time. But then, the whispers began. Just a few months after the tomb was opened, Lord Carnarvon, the wealthy patron who funded the expedition, suddenly died from a mysterious infection. Reports claim that at the exact moment of his death, the lights in Cairo flickered and went out. Newspapers across the globe seized the story, declaring it the first victim of the Pharaoh's curse. Soon after, others connected with the excavation also fell ill, some even dying unexpectedly. The legend grew, fueled by headlines that promised the wrath of the ancient dead was real. But was it truly a curse? Or was there another explanation lurking in the shadows? Scientists later speculated that hidden within these sealed tombs for thousands of years, deadly molds and bacteria could have festered, waiting to strike the moment fresh air and human contact disturbed their slumber. Poisonous fungi on the walls, ancient spores, even traces of dangerous chemicals that Egyptians themselves may have deliberately placed as protection. Could this be the rational truth behind the so-called curse? Pause. Or is this just a convenient explanation for something far stranger? Because Egypt's history is filled with warnings. Hieroglyphs, inscribed near tomb entrances, often carried chilling words. Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the king. Some dismiss these as ceremonial phrases, poetic reminders of the pharaoh's divine power. Yet the number of eerie coincidences cannot be ignored. Archaeologists collapsing under sudden fevers, museum curators plagued by nightmares, even visitors who simply gazed upon artifacts reporting feelings of dread or misfortune that followed them home. Are we looking at psychology and fear? Or something much older, something beyond science? Imagine the world of the ancient Egyptians for a moment. To them, death was not an end, but a transition to eternity. Tombs were not graves, they were portals, carefully crafted machines of magic and ritual, filled with spells from the Book of the Dead, amulets of protection, and elaborate traps for spirits who might intrude. These people believed with absolute certainty that their kings carried divine power even after death. So why should we not consider that perhaps in ways we still cannot understand, those beliefs shaped reality? That the curses carved in stone were not just words, but keys to forces lost to time. And yet, not everyone connected to these discoveries suffered. Howard Carter himself, the very man who opened Tutankhamun's tomb, lived a long life, passing away peacefully more than a decade later. Skeptics point to this as proof that the curse is nothing more than sensational journalism. But believers argue that the curse was selective, striking only those it deemed guilty, those who profaned the tomb with greed or disrespect. Pause. Dramatic effect. Could the pharaohs themselves choose their victims? It is here that history collides with myth. Across the centuries, other tombs also carried dark reputations. In the 19th century, a mummy known as the Unlucky Mummy was said to bring misfortune to all who possessed it, eventually finding its way to the British Museum, where stories of accidents and deaths surrounded it. Even the sinking of the Titanic has been linked by some storytellers to this artifact, though historians debate the truth of that tale. Still, the legends persist, as if Egypt itself refuses to let its secrets rest quietly. And as we unravel these mysteries together, let me pause for just a moment. If you find yourself captivated by these hidden stories, if you believe history is more than dates and names, but a realm of secrets waiting to be uncovered, then I invite you to join me. Soft emphasis. Like this video. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe in the power of the curse, or do you think science has the final answer? And if you haven't already, subscribe to Mysteries of Time so you never miss the next journey into the unknown. Your curiosity is what keeps these stories alive. Now, back to the shadows of Egypt. Imagine standing in the narrow torchlit corridors of a newly opened tomb. The air is thick, stale, untouched for 3,000 years. Every surface is covered in hieroglyphs and images of gods watching you with unblinking eyes. You know the stories, you've heard the warnings, and still you step deeper. Suddenly, you feel a chill, though the desert outside is blistering hot. Is it just your imagination, or something far older pressing in on you? Explorers often wrote about this feeling, an indescribable weight in the silence, as if the tomb itself was alive and aware of their presence. Perhaps the true curse lies not in supernatural powers, but in the way human minds wrestle with the past. To disturb the dead is to break a sacred bond, and whether by coincidence, psychology, or forces we cannot yet explain, those who trespass often pay a price. The Egyptians believed that names, when spoken, kept a soul alive forever. To erase a name was to destroy a spirit. Yet here we are, thousands of years later, still speaking their names, still fearing their warnings. Could that, in itself, be the ultimate curse? That the pharaohs ensured their power would echo endlessly, haunting the living with every retelling. The debate continues. Was Lord Carnarvon the victim of a mere mosquito bite that turned deadly, or was it divine retribution? Were the inscriptions mere poetry or coded warnings meant to protect something beyond gold and jewels? Did the ancient Egyptians know of toxins and poisons that modern science has only just begun to understand? Or is the real secret far more unsettling? That there are truths about life, death, and eternity that we have yet to uncover. Pause the sands of Egypt, guard their mysteries well, and perhaps that is the way it was meant to be. As our journey comes to an end tonight, remember that history is never just history, is alive, whispering through ruins, echoing in myths, warning us in curses. And if this story has left you questioning what is real and what is legend, then I invite you to continue exploring with me. On Mysteries of Time, we uncover the hidden past. From lost civilizations to forbidden knowledge, from haunted relics to the secrets of the ancients. So if you dare, step further into the unknown and watch the next mystery waiting for you, because the past is never truly dead. Dramatic pause, it is only waiting.